Welcome to Crown Gist. If you want the real tea, the raw gist, and the unfiltered truth, you're in the right place. To all my new people, I beg, don't just look at the thumbnail and go. Hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications because here we don't play. The Gaisino Palace is currently smelling of fresh wahala and spiritual battle. Ebony is on a total rampage, attacking the Great Lion for treating her like a second-class citizen while worshipping the jewel. The suspense is high because Ebony has dropped a bombshell. She claims she is pregnant, but the Great Lion has used a spiritual lie detector on her, saying the sacred shrine bird refused to sing for her. Now, the SIP Olori has stepped in to warn Ebony to stop using her name for clout. Is Ebony's pregnancy a fake plan to win back the king, or is the palace spiritual system failing? And let me tell you something. Crown Gist is not like those other bloggers. We don't do and we don't do We don't stammer when the gist is hot. We give it to you straight, direct, and rugged. If you want a blogger that talks with confidence and gives you the gist exactly as it's dropping, you need to follow us ASAP. No time for long throat grammar. We're here for the main dish. Omo, make una gather around and hold your chest because the matter where I carry come today, even water if you talk if you drink am. There is a heavy cloud of humiliation and pepedem hanging over the Gaisino Palace, and one woman has decided that if you cannot have peace, then nobody will sleep. Ebony is crying out and her voice is shaking the pillars of the royal house. She's bitter, she's angry, and she's feeling like a woman whose value has been dragged in the mud just to please one person, the jewel. Ebony has been trying to get the Great Lion's attention for a long time. Throughout this festive period, while others were popping champagne and sharing hampers, Ebony was reportedly begging and pleading to enter the king's private chambers. She wanted just 5 minutes to speak her mind, to tell the king how she feels. But the Great Lion, he shut his door tight. He has been adamant, refusing to even look her way. Ebony is ranting that the elders already cleared her name concerning that forest ritual incident, but the Great Lion is still treating her like a stranger. The emotion in her voice is raw. She's asking, why humiliate us because of one woman? Why treat us as if we do not matter? But the real violence started when Ebony decided to play her final card. She looked at the Great Lion and dropped the news that she was expecting a baby. Now, in any other house, this would be a time for celebration. But in the Gaisino Palace, tradition is the judge, jury, and executioner. The Great Lion didn't go to get a pregnancy test kit from my pharmacy. No, he went spiritual. He told Ebony that the bed has not crowed. For those of you who don't know, there is a sacred shrine in that palace with a bed that is supposed to sing the moment a royal woman conceives, even before she knows it herself. The Great Lion told Ebony point blank, that bed is silent, so your womb is empty. Can you imagine the shock? Ebony is now attacking the tradition itself. She's saying that shrine bed is losing its power, that is old and useless unless they pour kai or something does on it. She's accusing the Great Lion of using fake tradition just to ignore her while he carries the jewel out on expensive trips and gives her the biggest Christmas hampers. The suspense is killing everyone. Is Ebony lying to force her way back into the king's bed? Or is the Great Lion so blinded by his love for the jewel that he's ignoring his own flesh and blood? The tension reached a boiling point when Ebony tried to drag the SIP Olori into the nest. She wanted it to look like all the wives were fighting together against the king and the jewel. But Ivy, who is the senior girl in the palace game, quickly washed her hands off the matter. Ivy told Ebony, look, if you want to fight the Great Lion, do it on your own. Do not use my name to build your war front. This disappointment hit Ebony hard, leaving her standing alone in the rain of her own ranting. The fire for this chapter 2 passed the one way we see for chapter 1. After the Great Lion told Ebony that the shrine bed did not sing for her pregnancy, the whole palace turned into a spiritual crime scene. Ebony is not just angry, she is desperate. She's now shouting for everyone to hear that the tradition is being manipulated. She's claiming that the Great Lion is programming the spiritual side just to favor the jewel. The suspense is really biting now because Ebony has started making some very heavy accusations. She's saying that the bed that used to sing at the backyard of the shrine is losing its grace. She even suggested that people are now pouring some things on the shrine just to make it act a certain way. She's asking, how can a whole king use a bed to judge if I am carrying his child or not? The emotion is high because Ebony feels like she's being treated like a commoner, while the jewel is being treated like a goddess. But wait, there's a deeper curiosity here. People are asking Ebony, if you say you are pregnant and the king says no, why don't you just wait for the bellies to show? But Ebony cannot wait. She wants the validation now. She wants the ambers, the attention, and the private chamber recent study Jubal is currently enjoying. During this holiday, while the great Nalum was allegedly taking the jewel out and giving her the best of everything, Ebony was left at the gate ranting and screaming at the top of her voice. And you won't believe what happened next. Ebony is standing attacking the great lion's parenting. She's complaining that the king is choosing to spend all his time with the jewel and her children, neglecting the others. She's saying the great lion is doing all this just to please one woman. She asked the question we all wanted to ask. What does the jewel have that we don't have? But as Ebony was busy looking for who to support her, the people she thought were her army started disappearing. Even the supporters she has online, people are telling her, Ebony, you are not the only wife. Why are you the only one always making noise? The disappointment is starting to set in. Ebony thought that by shouting she would force the great lion to pity her. But instead, the king is reportedly moving even closer to the jewel, leaving Ebony in the cold. The most intense part of this gist is the secret plan Ebony is allegedly hatching. Rumor has it that she's looking for a way to prove her pregnancy outside the palace tradition just to humiliate the great lion and show that his shrine dead is a liar. But if she does that, she's challenging the very foundation of the throne. It's a dangerous game of who go blink first. The palace is currently on edge. If Ebony's belly doesn't grow in the next few months, her shame will be global. But if she's actually pregnant and the king ignored her, then the great lion has a big problem on his hands. Everyone is waiting to see the next move. Will the jewel speak up, or will she continue to enjoy her king mother status while the other wives battle it out in the mud? I beg now, no forget see all these ones. Now still are you alleged rumors and unverified information from social media. No carry am as 100% facts yet, but you know as we do it for Crown Gist, we give you the update as it dey hot straight from this source.